Raise your vibration by tuning in to Awakening Code Radio every Tuesday night here on KX 93.5.
Quantum physics. A lot of people, we hear the word quantum physics. Can you give us the generalized, dumbed-down version of what is quantum physics?
You know, it's the study of subatomic particles, their behavior, and
I guess behavior is the big word.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, what I wanted to say, just very simply, is that if I had to think of one idea that has shaped me and my work and my research more than anything else, it is the observer effect, the idea that we are, you know, everything exists in a state as both particle and wave. It takes an active measurement or observation to collapse that wave function into a fixed state, into a fixed particle. And we're doing that. We are observers. Now, you could say this is getting a little metaphysical, but guess what? I'm not the only one saying this. I mean, there are brilliant theoretical physicists and quantum physicists out there talking about this and how it may apply to how we are creating reality as we go along.
Right. And it brings into these words that were always new age and woo-woo, and only the weird hippies were saying energy and talking about our chakras and our energy, mind-body energy and all those things. And all of a sudden, it's like, no, that
Ding
sounds
dong.
like, yeah. That
Tesla's at the door.
Yeah. They want their theories back. Well, it's coming true, more or less. The more we understand in reaching deep into our scientific discovery, like who would have thought we're doing surgery with sound or light?
Exactly.
You go back 100 years, and it's like, no, surgery is done with a scalpel, and that's all it'll ever be done with.
Right.
You don't cut with light. You don't cut with sound.
Guys, I had lasers cutting my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's truly amazing.
Yeah.
So we're at this moment, this true apex moment in time where all these technologies are coming together, and social media is changing so much that we can share them instantly, and it's also adding a bit to the chaos of it, that we're, for every one thing you show, 50% of the people go, "Ooh, that's real," and I dig it, and the other people are going, "Well, that doesn't mean anything, and that's crazy." And now, but out of the chaos, it's the Phoenix effect, that out of the rubble and chaos and anarchy comes the new thing that we do.
The new paradigm.
The new paradigm.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. We are in this exciting moment of creation, conscious creation of this paradigm. And we're also in this moment of scariness. We're seeing our old ways of getting things done, our differences being solved with violence, poisoning, destroying, bombing. We're seeing both play out at the same time. And if we drag the old paradigm into our new thinking, that's going to be the end of us, because the old paradigm thinking is saying it's us versus them. If they piss us off, or we want what they have, or we think they're a threat to us, we will. Here's how we solve it: we kill them, and we destroy their stuff,
get rid of them,
and we take over. Well, now with the weaponry we have, with the technology we have, that's devastating effects.
It is.
So there's the logic of peaceful coexistence that we are making for ourselves.
And I'll tell you how it ties into quantum physics, folks.
Okay.
Because the old paradigm is about separateness. It's about the idea that you are separate from me, just because you're sitting over there and I'm sitting over here. When you get into quantum physics, when you get down to that most fundamental level of reality, there is no separation. I mean, everything is just a field, a vibrating virtual field of particles popping in and out of existence. There's no form yet. Nothing has been given shape or form. So we're all kind of part of the same muck.
Right.
And the new paradigm recognizes that, I think, that science is kind of starting to meet up with spirituality finally,
Yeah. And, you can get this if two people touch fingers together and you say, okay, imagine you can get a microscope. Do you think you're going to see a complete, perfect delineation between where one person ended and the other person began? You will not.
No, not at all.
You will not see it. You will see a merging of their energies. You will see molecules and atoms bouncing back and forth between them.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about having an effect at the molecular level, like Dr. Emoto's work, that our emotions and our thoughts and our feelings are things that have effect on the physical world. Well, then that connection, this blurry connection of energy exchange that we're having, if we can affect that with our intention and thought, man, we're like
We're
creating.
creators.
We're creating. We
Yeah,
said
but how
that it's-
scary is that to take
Well-
responsibility as a creator?
Yeah, that's
You can't pass the buck now. You can't pass the buck to the government, to the right, the left. You can't pass that responsibility anymore. It all falls on you because you are the one creating that reality. You're the one observing it into physical form.
Awakening Code Radio is available on podcast. Visit www.kx935.com. Click podcast, then scroll to Awakening Code's previous shows.